let's go ahead and engage and bring our guest on. So for those who don't know, Claude Marcus Beau is someone who is doing someone of impact. He's someone who has started a group that I heard of a few years ago. Helping bridge the gap between Haitian entrepreneurs, native and even in the diaspora, to know that there is another way to do business. It's not necessarily importing American products, who at the end of the day, a lot of them come from China anyways, into the country. You can actually go to China. You can sign a relationship with for example, a manufacturer, and you can have them do specialized products specifically to the Haitian market and to bring them on. By the way, my friends on Instagram right now, I'm sorry, you're not really gonna be able to see or hear our next guest. Please, if you're on Instagram right now, and you want to see this interview that we're going to do, please just minimize the IG, go to the Facebook, type in Seejeanty, the same name that you see on Instagram, and then you'll see the live happen on Facebook, or go to YouTube and go to the live on YouTube, and you'll be able to actually see this interview that's coming. Okay, all right, okay. And so he's worked on his group. He lived in China and Taiwan for quite a few years. In fact, I think he even won a game show. I'll let him talk about that. Some singing competition or stuff like that, I think. And so he lived in Taiwan. I think now he's in China. And basically, the reason why he's on the show, I brought him on, is because it's very relevant. That we have someone who is looking at the geopolitical nature of the world and saying, there's a way to engage and make it a win-win, right? There's a way to engage. And make it, for example, a company I know of called Digicop, which is a solar panel company. And what they do is they import solar panels and inverters and from even batteries from China. But what they do is they customize it, where literally their product, their company name says Digicap right on there. And so it comes from China, and now they're selling it, domestically. But of course, they have a network of technicians who install it. So jobs are being made, the technicians of folks who maintain it. So again, jobs are being made, jobs are being created despite the product being brought in, right? So in any case, I'm gonna bring Marcus on, and I do want you guys to welcome him. By the way, as he's on, do ask whatever he says. If you have a question, we're gonna read live on here just like we usually do. And the goal of this conversation really is to give a different perspective of different ways of doing business and different opportunities that exist in the country. And without further ado, Marcus, hello, my brother. Welcome. Now, hopefully, let's do a sound test. I can't quite hear you. We can't quite hear you, Marcus. You may want to change your mic setting. Oh, actually, you know what? It's probably on me. Actually, let me do something. That's probably on me. I got to put my own headphones in. Actually, you're probably fine, Marcus. Give me 1 second. I'll put my own headphones in there. You're probably fine, Marcus. My apologies. I usually do this show without my mic in my headphones, so bear with me here. Okay, test. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me just take a look at my audio settings, make sure everything is fine.
Let me take this.
Okay, my audio settings are good. Actually, it could still be me. Actually, let me do something on my part. Could still be. There you go. That's on me.
Right.
There you go. I'm sorry about that, Mark. I'm so used to doing this show in one particular way. So when I have guests on, I kind of rest of my workflow. So because I usually I mute all my sounds here on my side just to avoid any like dings or notifications happening. So my bad. Marcus, hello.
Yes, Seejeanty, thank you for having me, man.
Yes. I
for a long time, and I want to thank you before we start for being patient, because I see like what I liked about you. Everything seems to be very well organized. You're like, this is the date that I can be in. I appreciate your patience and your time. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being on. And I know we're supposed to do something a little different, but one thing led to another, right?
Different,
but
by
the
circumstances.
Yeah, but
let me introduce myself. So sure. I'm Marcus Beau, and I think most people know me as Marcus Beau. I'm a Haitian that been living in Asia for 12 years now, and the situation happened that with everything that is going in China right now, that am I still live?
Yes, you are. Don't worry. When you're giving your points, I'm just gonna get off the
Oh, okay, nice.
side,
Okay.
give you full
All right, all right, all
screen,
right,
my friend.
all
Go
right.
ahead.
Yes. So, yes, with everything that is going on in China right now, it happened that in December that I was home, and I was planning to go back to China mid-February, and then the whole coronavirus outbreak happened at the beginning of January. And the situation in Haiti is quite tough these days. And I'm here in Dominican Republic. We're gonna open IMAR Business Group, which I'm gonna talk about in a few. So that's why I'm here. I'm here, and so I was supposed to be in Haiti. So we were gonna do like a live show, and yeah, the situation just like turned around, and I'm in DR, and that's why we're doing the live today.
All right. One of the first questions I'm seeing here is you don't have a Haitian accent. Where is he from?
Whatever accent though. I mean, I don't know, like really my English, because just like I said, I moved to Asia like 12 years ago, and so when I moved to Asia, I knew Spanish. I didn't know English. I didn't know like a word of English. Like I didn't know like she has was a verb of have. Like just to tell you, my English was very bad. And I think like being in Taiwan, because I studied in Taiwan, I lived in Taiwan for 7 years, and just being there with so many people, I just have a whatever accent. That's all. That's all. That's how I
Fair
just.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So the first question I have. So you said 7 years in Taiwan.
Yes,
When you're in Haiti, where did you grow up in Haiti?
I grew up in Port-au-Prince.
Port-au-Prince.
Port-au-Prince. Yes, I used to go to Saint Louis Gonzague
Okay.
from primary school to secondary school. Then I
Okay.
spent 1 year at ANST, if people know. Then after ANST, this is when I won a scholarship from the Taiwan government to move to
Okay.
Taiwan.
Okay.
And yeah, so when I was in Taiwan, I studied 1 year Mandarin, like full time. Yeah, 8 to 4,
Okay.
like really full time.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I studied international business.
Mm-hmm.
And from the international business, I happened to participate in a singing competition,
Mm-hmm.
which is another story. There's no way to talk
Yeah,
about.
you
But
need
I
to
think,
Google that, by the way. It's something to watch. Y'all need to Google that.
yeah, this is how my journey has literally started in Asia,
Right.
from the singing competition, and
Yeah.
and it happened. I was a foreigner competing in like for 6 months, and I was the first foreigner to enter the top 10 in the singing competition.
He's dropping that language. Is it Mandarin? No, Taiwanese speak Mandarin, right?
Yeah, they speak
Okay.
both Taiwanese and Mandarin.
Taiwanese. Okay, that's what it is.
Like,
Taiwan.
it's
So,
like
were you
us.
singing? Were you singing in Taiwanese or were you singing in
No,
Mandarin?
I was singing in Chinese.
Chinese.
It's because
Okay.
it's like us. We have French and Creole.
Okay.
Like the main people, they speak Creole and everything, administration, blah blah. So they speak English. They speak
Okay.
French. So it's
Okay.
like this over there.
Okay.
So Chinese is the main language. Anyway, I was doing
Okay.
everything in Chinese, and it happened. I became a finalist, and really this has opened so many doors for me. And this is how my journey has started, and it has been very interesting and
Good stuff. Good stuff.
yeah, different layers. That's how I describe it. Like I've done so many different things, and now anyway, after Taiwan, I moved to Haiti for 3 years. I worked for the Haitian government. I was working at CFI. I don't know if people are
This the
familiar with
Centre of
CFI.
Facilitation d'Investment. Yeah.
Yes, for facilitation of investment.
Mhm.
And so after CFI, I won another scholarship to move to mainland China
Mhm.
now, and where I studied my master's. I studied my master's in also international business, and yeah, I've done this for 3 years, and then I was also a consultant for the Haitian government at the Bureau of Commerce of China and of Haiti in China, helping the Chinese that wanted to invest to Haiti, advising them about the whole process and everything. It was very hard for me when I was doing this job because Haiti is very hard to sell. Plus, we don't have diplomatic relationship with China. So this is where I decided, what, with all the connection, the network that I have there, also to mention that I'm also an entertainer in China. I do TV, and I was like, what, there's a lot of opportunities that I can take advantage of, and this is how I happen to open my own company, which is IMAR Business Group. So basically, what we do is we facilitate people that want to do business with China. When I say facilitation, it's just like it's everything that is import and export. But of course, whenever we selling IMAR to Haiti, we sell the export side because um, people we export a lot, we import a lot of good from China, but we also want to encourage people that wants to If there's any goods, we're working with people in coffee. We're working people with and what some clients from Brazil that are selling the acai, for example, to import the products into China. So the idea is to really give people access to the Chinese market, because I've been living there for 12 years now, quite familiar to the culture, the environment, and so much more. So yeah, we want to open doors for people to have access to a market like this.
So first, two things. The first is, I'm just happy that, because a lot of times I read these scholarship sort of announcements with a heavy heart. Even though I'm happy for the individuals, an opportunity to go internationally and really expose their minds. I can tell you, someone, I was a different different person after I lived in right after graduating college. I did a road trip in France. I went to like all the major cities, came back a different person, and it really expands your mind. So I'm very happy individually for these people, but I'm sad for the country and many times, because these people, these are our best and brightest, They're not just going to get anybody. They get our best and brightest guys and women, and then they leave the country, and so often a lot of them don't come back. Why, to be honest, why would you, right? Given the opportunities you may have over there versus what you come back here. But I'm happy that you came back. I'm really happy that you serve as opportunity. Not did you come back, but you come back with connections and opportunity and really a pathway for wealth creation for the folks here. And I just wanted to comment on that.
Because you know what, for me, how I see it is, a lot of the people that studied with me, I see, let's say like before I even go there, like I didn't even know that I was Haiti until I get to live in an international environment where you become so responsible of your country and everything that is happening to your people. And so this is when I started having this sense of responsibility towards Haiti, and because I speak a lot of languages, and I was like, how can I kind of like give back to the stuff that I learned in Asia, because it has been such an incredible experience. How can I give back to my community? How can I, from what I've learned over there, pass it to like the young generation, whatever people that wants to hear my message? And yeah, so I always wanted to go back and see how can I help, because like when you live abroad, you have this sense of responsibility for Haiti. It's so weird. Like you think like, oh my God, I'm just living a quiet life in Taiwan. How can I change? So I was like, yeah, I wanted to go back and see what can I do, and this is why I choose to go back, and I stayed there for 3 years, and I always wanted to do my master's degree, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come back to China again and then do my master's, but still. Even after I'm done with the masters, I was like, okay, I want to do a business that I can still connect it, build the bridges between these two countries, and that's why, like for me, it has been vital. Just
now on that topic of bridging bridges, we just got a question here, but you kind of talked about it, but I want to bring it back. What's your opinion on Haiti relations, which could positively impact the country? And you talked about how briefly you saw the relations with the country, and that's one of the reasons why you kind of wanted to be a part of it. So answer that. How do you see the relations between, two places really, Taiwan and Haiti, and then Chinese and Haiti, and opportunities that exist between them?
It's a very complicated situation. It's a very complicated question, and I always try to answer it the most diplomatic way possible. Just to be quick and precise about the whole thing, Haiti has diplomatic relationship with Taiwan, meaning that we do not recognize China, meaning also that if you work with Taiwan, and not only you cannot work in an official way with China, but also a lot of official doors are closed with China. And we're talking about Taiwan. Just like I said, I lived there for 7 years. I went to a university there. It's an amazing country. However, I think China is also a strong, powerful country in the world that we cannot neglect. It's as of now, it is very hard for Haiti to have diplomatic relationship with China. I'm not gonna say that we should have diplomatic relationship with China, because I know it's a much more complicated subject. The way I say it is, we should be able to, how to say that, we should be able to get more from our allies. Now, if we're working with Taiwan, if we're working with Taiwan, I suggest that our people from the government understand what that means. Understand that, okay, if I'm not working with China, if I'm working with you, that means there's a lot of people that I cannot work with, then your obligation towards me, it's higher, So I would like our people to understand that. I feel like if we can understand that, we can get a better result from what we're doing with Taiwan. I'm not saying that we have to quit Taiwan, that we go to China, because it's way complicated. It's more complicated than just like a switch, a move like this, because we have the US involved. You have so many countries.
The geopolitical game. Now to ask, so Taiwan. Let's focus on Taiwan right now. What are some of the best benefits we're getting right now from your perspective, and just from what you know? What are the biggest benefits Taiwan is giving us, and in particular, and then not just in general, but then also how can a potential entrepreneur plug into that benefit?
I think the biggest benefit, and I think I'm part of the result, is the number of scholarship that Taiwan is giving per year. When I started in 2008, it was like 8 scholarship. Now they're giving around like 30 scholarship, which means like it's a 30 always multiplied by 5, because we know if something happened to us, it's just like a multiply by 5. That's mean Taiwan is giving a lot of scholarship, 30 scholarship. Okay, it's okay. They're helping us in agriculture. They're helping us in infrastructure. But at the end of the day, I don't think those results are what Haiti is in need right now. Because if we choose if we take the example of Nicaragua, Taiwan has helped Nicaragua and so much more. But I have to say, it's because you have to come with project. I don't know if we have any long-term plans. You know what I mean? How can they help you if you don't have a long-term plan? Let's say Nicaragua, Taiwan is helping them they have this project of building the Nicaraguan canal. So Taiwan has been, very helpful in that. These people, they come with projects. Right now, I think they're helping us in rice. They're helping us. It's more like a aids versus investment. I know, for example, when I was working at CFI, which is the Center of Promotion of Investment, we had a few Taiwanese investment, but also like compared to the size of those investments, I don't think it's enough when we see what usually the other countries that are like dealing with these people get. I don't know if you get me.
Yeah, I definitely get it. Yeah, so it's not. That's the big thing too. I always tell folks that if Haiti legitimately had they always critique the NGOs and the international community for how the progress that Haiti has had, but at the same time too, I'm like but you realize Haiti itself hasn't had plans to allow these people to engage. Rwanda, I talked about it last episode, how Rwanda is where it's at because they said, hey, here's what our national goals are, right? And here's NGOs, here's what we expect from you to help us get those goals.
Yes. And then if an NGO come in the country, they get them out. If they see like what you're bringing, that's what I say. It's the responsibility is on us, because there's a type of monitoring that we should do. It's not like people, they're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna help to build whatever you're gonna build, but also what also you it's all about the leverage, and I think this is for China. We cannot be with China right now, as I'm speaking right now, because there's a lot of infrastructure that we don't have. Even though I love China, I've been living there for so many years, I can tell you that it won't be a great move for Haiti. Because the Chinese, if you don't know your territory well, they're gonna come and do whatever they want, because you have no control of what you have. So what I always say, it's always bring it as a conversation for people to be mindful, to be like open about like, okay, this is a country. Now, just like I said, I'm in Dominican Republic. I've been meeting with so many young Dominican that are involved in politics, and I see how it works. We're talking about plans. We're talking about like how is DR going to be in 2025? What's the plan in 2040? It's happening now. People are planning. I don't think in the public affairs we have it. We have no plans. So when you don't have plans, and it's very hard to be to be influenced by a now. You do whatever move. It's emotional. It's quick. It's fast. Country don't work like this. We're not talking about a boutique. Boutique. And I feel like what we're doing with Haiti right now is basically that we have a small boutique. You come and go. It's everything happen on a very emotional basis. And I feel like this is not how a country should be governed.
I agree. Now, just follow up. We had someone asking for clarity. Did you mean that is Taiwan offering financial support for entrepreneurs? I didn't hear that, but just want to clarify. You're not saying that, right?
No, they don't offer financial support. Okay. No, it's private. But they try their best to. I know a huge group, and it's very sad that people know that there was a huge group, and I think that was like the biggest amount of investment that we've received in the past 5 years. They were going to come. They were going to be in textile. Now, as I'm speaking right now, it's quite private. They are looking for buyers to sell everything because you don't have infrastructures. I always say that our problem is not being poor because actually we see Vietnam, we see Indonesia, we see Malaysia. These people have used the poverty to bring money in the country. It's never about being poor. The problem is about the infrastructure. You don't have security. People are not safe over there. That's the problem.
Yeah, I certainly agree. Now, let's talk about let's hone in IMAR Group. Tell us specifically about like some of the projects perhaps you've brought to fruition, and what are the projects you're really looking for? How can someone gain the most using your company IMAR Group to advance?
It's a very good question. What I always say about IMAR is like we want to be a platform that help people to connect to build this bridge between China. And what we're doing right now, as I'm speaking right now, is mostly import export. But also it's a facilitation. We do the whole chain of facilitation that with people that wants to connect with China. What we do is like we help people to source product. We know what China sometimes, unfortunately, means when it comes to business. There's a lot of scammers. So we help people to secure the business when it comes to dealing with China. We help them to do company legal background check. We help them in any legal aspect because one of the things that we're trying to teach them, our clients, is how to do business because we realize that even though people have been doing business for so many years, sometimes there's a lot of layers in international trade that they don't control. So we're trying to just like really give them the best assistance possible to just like make them feel comfortable. We do logistics. We help people to transport the goods from China to Haiti. One of the services that we're offering as well, which is very important, like because we know, and a lot of people mind because they want to do business from China, but they think that they have to do a full container. So we also offer like consolidation services where we just like consolidated cargo for different buyers in China. We put them out in our warehouse over there because we have warehouses and all the main ports in China. It's a way to facilitate people to just like make them feel comfortable about like starting small because we see the type of economy that we have right now. We cannot rely on government anymore because the country has been locked for so many months. The people, the way that they can survive is to have their own thing, is to have their own business. And by having their own business, they have to be able to start small. So that's one of the things that we want to do with IMAR. But also talking about the business thing, I also say I want this platform not to be only about like business, which is buying and sell. IMAR also want to help entrepreneurs to build the bridges with China. We are about to launch. And I remember when I spoke to you, Seejeanty, I don't know if you remember, I told you that when we were like setting up the date, I was like, we're gonna do something in February 15, which was gonna be yesterday, because we were gonna launch the IMAR leadership program because we have signed with Alibaba Business School past year. And for what we want to bring young entrepreneurs from the Caribbean to do like short and long-term internship or workshop in China, because we're talking about China is the manufacturer of the world. It's also like the center of technology, the center of everything that is e-commerce. So we thought that by signing a contract with such an important firm like this, we could not only help the people that are like doing business, but also the young. because I firmly believe in the young entrepreneurs. I firmly believe that if we can help them to understand China, like as in an early stage, they can be able to do more. So this program was gonna be all about that. I'm a leadership program to just like help the young Haitian, because we have the representation of Haiti and Dominican Republic and also Mexico. So it was a kind of like way to just like the young entrepreneurs from Haiti can know the young entrepreneurs from DR, they can know the young entrepreneurs from Mexico, and kind of like build this type of like partnership and global friendship that we firmly believe. Unfortunately, with the coronavirus, it was hard for me to promote the program because um, China, it's going through a tough time right now. People can't travel, and even I could even tell someone to travel because I can't even travel back there myself. So the program we hoping by next year, because we were gonna start with a summer program first, which is short term, having people to be there for 1 month. But I'm hoping that next year we can launch it.
Certainly, and I do hope I can send somebody from Seejeanty Media, if not myself, to cover the event and then broadcast the episode on Seejeanty's channel.
Yeah, yes.
Certainly, so
Remember that was the plan.
certainly, so yeah,
Because at the moment we start speaking, the corona just started.
yeah.
So in my mind, it was so positive that it was gonna be something for 1 week.
Yeah.
I didn't. It was.
I'm sure China will get ahead of it, just because they built 3 hospitals in like less than a week or some crazy number. So they'll if any country, the country that the coronavirus decided the wrong country to go to, China will get ahead of that and figure it out. That is for sure. So tell us about a success story. Tell us about one group of entrepreneurs here in Haiti, and then how did you help them? Give us one concrete example of how you walk us through that entire relationship.
Man, we have so many success stories, and I think the beauty with what we're doing right now is that we helping different type of people. And if I can tell you about the bigger one for me is one of our client that in their negotiation they weren't dealing with IMAR before, right? So they had an issue with a contract that they had in China. Something happened, and they were about to lose $1 million, and they contracted IMAR to be the legal representative, and we helped them to get this money back. So that was and the guy was so happy. But let me tell you something, those things happen because I always say it's not always the fault of the Chinese suppliers. Sometimes there's a lot of layers that we don't take into consideration when we're doing business. We always advise people to have a sales contract, because we're talking about international business. You need a sales contract. So there was something that happened in the way that client negotiated with this Chinese, and yes, he was about to lose that $1 million. So we helped them. It was like a case that took, I think, 3 to 4 months. Checking everything and at the end he ended up like winning the case. So that was super interesting for us. And he's a big client in Haiti. But also one thing for us, we have different types of success stories. So that was for someone that is like have the one that is in the middle class that wants to connect with China, that has been dealing with so many problems, because we know how we do business usually. It's because we do business in a very secretive way. That's when you have the contact, you keep it for yourself. So I've had like a lot of people that are like genuinely happy because they feel like they're connected. They feel like they are safe to do business. And also someone that, that has no idea about how to enter this market, and now they feel like, okay, so they happy. And I feel like if we can help these people to just like open, these doors and see like how later when I come to Haiti, they invite me to their house to eat. I meet their family. They travel to China, because one thing that we do as well, we host a business trip twice a year, because I'm a way to do business. It can be different from from a traditional from a traditional trade company, because trade company, they like to hold information. But we don't do things like this. We want to invite people to come because we believe that when they go to China, they will be more comfortable to do business with China. So we host trip every twice a year, and people they come. It become like more of a family thing. So it's different type of people, different type of needs, and we happy that we can help different type of buyers as well to connect with a country like China.
Now, you mentioned something that's very interesting. I want to key in on as well. The last question or two that I'm going to ask you is, you said that it isn't just one direction, right? It isn't just people trying to bring stuff in. Tell us about the other way. How can you help whoever with whatever someone may have here in Haiti get their product to China or Taiwan, and maybe a concrete example of one such company or group of people you've helped in that way.
Yes, because this has been my approach. Because just like I mentioned, I'm doing TV over there, so I'm very well connected when it comes to distribution channels in China, and I see what is happening right now when it comes to foreign product entering the Chinese market. I have friends working with Africa and everything. Now China is at a very interesting phase because they're opening door to people. They just host in past October the second edition, which was the biggest import show in the whole world. It was China inviting foreign countries to come and explore the market. You have Germany, you have Spain, you have so many countries, and it was very sad for me.
What's the name of the show? What's the name of that conference? What was it?
CIIE.
Okay.
The CIIE.
Okay.
Wait, let me see. CIIE, Shanghai. Yeah, China International Import-Export Expo.
Okay.
China International Import Expo, CIIE. Yeah, so basically what is going on right now is just like they're very open. They have this politic that they want to open. Yes, the China International Import Expo, CIIE. So with the CIIE, like countries that had like zero chances to enter the Chinese market, now they do have chances. And for us, when we set up our company, we saw that this is the future right now, because a lot of people are buying from China. It's not a secret. Like now we helping them to buy at better rates. For example, at a more competitive rate, we are assuring a better quality for them. But without us, they can still do it. I was so honored in our way. But we see that there's a huge opportunity when it comes to getting the money from China. And unfortunately, we haven't helped any one from Haiti yet. I've had a few people reaching out to us that are in coffee, that are in vetiver, that wants to get to the Chinese market. But I always tell them it's to get there, because of course, if your product can successfully enter the market, we're talking to an access of 1.4 billion people. So that's mean like you can it's huge. You can explode. And we've seen it with Rwanda, and the beauty with also of not us entering the Chinese market right now is it's a higher risk. Now we have countries from Africa that are taking this risk. Now the Rwandan coffee, which is called Gorilla, for example, is been doing incredibly well in the Chinese market, and it took them 2 years to have a successful market research. So meaning that it's gonna be easier for us whenever we're ready to access a market like this, because people now, when they do broadcast, because broadcast is very popular in China, when they do live broadcast, they are used to seeing a black owner of a coffee from Rwanda being sold. You know what I mean? So we have like different type of stories like this. But for us, we're working with clients in Brazil. We're bringing the acai over there, which is a product from the Amazon. We also working with some beauty product, because the cosmetic industry, it's huge in China, and there's a lot of money, because they like the Chinese girl, they like something called bien made. They like beauty, just like everywhere else, but I think in China it's very pronounced. very advanced. So cosmetic product, it's a very, very advanced and very lucrative in China. So yeah, so we're working with these brands, and we're helping them to get the product in China, and we're quite successful so far.
Okay.
But like, of course, I mean, I would love to. I would love to see like a Haitian product, like successfully entering the Chinese market. And yeah, so we have been in touch, like I said, with a few business partners over there. So we hope that by the time that things get more stable in China, we can continue the conversation, because we have stopped.
So what is the best way for someone to reach out to you? What's your process like? Just an idea, and then you kind of like, is this gonna work? I mean, how do you?
I know. I'm quite formal when it comes to the way I do business. Right. I like to say by email, because I know if someone sit down and behind a computer to write an email, you kind of like know like probably their attention is higher, But we open to they can start, I don't know, the way they want. They can reach out to us via Instagram. Our page is IMAR Business Group. Can I type something? What do I type? Anything?
I think you can type, but just in case, I put your website down. So imarbusinessgroup.com, and there's a contact up there.
The website, right. and our Instagram is the same, IMAR Business Group, and we have a phone number. It's +509. Can you type it for me?
Sure, no problem. +509.
36.
36.
87. 5035.
5035. Yeah.
Yes, this is our WhatsApp in Haiti. Yes, perfect. So people they can contact us via this number. If they're in Haiti, they can call this number as well. And we also have an office in Haiti. We are at 84 Bois Vernat. 84 Bois Vernat.
Okay.
So yes, because we like to say, we have everything, so people, they can feel comfortable and just like passing by, which a lot of people do. They just like pass by, they just like talk to us, see how legit we are when it comes to because if you tell someone to not do business with scammers, they want to make sure that if they do business with you, that it's a safe contact. So yeah, people are free to just like visit us directly, and then call us at one of these numbers.
And really, leave us with some final thoughts, man. Like, how do you what do you want to talk about that maybe we didn't talk about that really would help us understand, what this opportunity?
Well, I mean, my final thoughts would probably be for Haiti, though, because I feel like, I've been there the past few days. I see how, things are just like going so bad, and it's just like a responsibility that I feel like we all have to, yes, I still have Haiti citizenship. I'm full Haitian. I'm just a black Chinese. But yeah, I feel like it's very sad when it comes to the country situation, and I just hope that we can be more thoughtful about everything that is going on. See how we can participate a bit more. I know it's tough. I know if you don't have security, it's very hard to ask people to be involved. If we don't have these basic things, which is security, but at least I feel like we have to work more together. I feel like there's a lot of, when I went back, that was my sense. It's a lot of like there's a lot of singleness happening over there. It's just like we don't trust each other. We cannot work together, and for me, it's very sad. I'm here in DR because I've been living in Asia for 12 years. I see how the Chinese work. I see the future is into collaboration. We have to know how to work together, and it's very sad to see like how we just we're quite far from this. And so my final thought would be like, we just have to have more faith in us, because I feel like sometimes we trust the foreigner more than we trust our people. So have more faith in us and try to work more together, because I still firmly believe that better days are coming if we work together.
Boom, boom. And I think you and I working together, and I think some of the things you said have certain triggered some thoughts and concepts about some of the business things I'm executing right now in the country. So I know for sure, you and I will be working together very soon with getting some stuff out to there and to some stuff in here. So certainly thank you. I do hope some of my viewers consider some of the things they may be doing and hit you up. And listen, Marcus, I want to thank you so much for coming out, for giving us a chance to discuss and chat. And certainly, I know for sure, this is not the last time we'll be on Seejeanty. You're going to be back when you're back in the country. You're going to have a more formal one-on-one under Palais sort of deal at least, or maybe something more engaging with the Haiti Biz Spotlight, potentially, depending on what you got going on. For example, this school, this opportunity you have.
Yes. But so much. We got a lot of things in store for people. I just hope that both Haiti and China can be safe, because me personally, I'm just strapped. You see, like when someone is strapped, Haiti is not doing well, and China's not doing well. Like, what do I do? This is my life. But I'm still very, very hopeful about everything, and I hope that we can keep the conversation. And if anyone watching today is interested about anything that we talked today, feel free to reach out, and we'll be very happy to help you.
Marcus, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Sunday, brother. Thank you.
All right, you too.
Ciao.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
And that was Marcus, guys. Marcus was IMAR group, as I mentioned. He is someone Haitian native who had the chance to go to Taiwan, and since has just like so many of us, we see the plight of our people here in the country, and we don't accept, number one, the programming. We've been told that it's unsafe, that it's this and that. We refuse to accept that. Number two, we have a massive empathy that it has to be us, because it's not going to be them for sure. It has to be us, and he's leveraging every bit of his resources to help the country. I mean, he's as you heard, he's a massive. He's being a little humble. He's a massive star in China. He's like the freaking Kevin Hart of Taiwan right now, Haitian wise. Haitian Kevin Hart. He didn't have to come back. He didn't have to do any of what he's doing, but he had a responsibility as a Haitian to do his part and not just wait for the Haitian government, which is never going to get its act together, to help its people. And he's doing something great where he's literally working with entrepreneurs looking to come into leveraging Taiwanese and Chinese items and customize and make it suitable specifically for the Haitian market. In addition to, as you heard, he's desperately looking for Haitian native entrepreneurs to be able to take their product and bring them to China and make it a win-win. And so hats off to Marcus. I want to thank him for coming on. And I hope he serves as an inspiration to someone here on the stream, because a lot of times you can hear, you can get used to me talking about the opportunities that exist. And next I say blah, blah, blah. But eventually I think I'll bring enough people on who are actually doing stuff, not just talking about it, but doing stuff. And enough maybe on the 5th or 6th or 100th time, maybe you guys will get it. Maybe you guys will say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe I can do something. Maybe I can impact, and do something. Because I can tell you, me being here, I have pushing a dozen employees that would be unemployed if I wasn't here doing stuff. I know my impact, right? And a few years down the road, I want to change my 12 employees to 100 employees to 1,000 employees. That's my impact, right? And so just think about the impact you could be making if you could also make the jump and engage and push. Just think about that. And that's going to be my final thoughts. Again, so very happy that Marcus could join us today. So just a quick recap. We had YouTube Seejeanty. We had Mike Bello, I should have mentioned him actually when I was talking to Marcus, someone who had an opportunity to get a Taiwanese scholarship himself and lived there for a while. Also came back and created this awesome product, this solar backpack that is able to capture energy in this little battery that's inside the bag, and then allow Haitian kids to, a lot of them go home to just blackness and darkness, and electricity is a big issue, and plug in their product, plug in their cell phones or a little light, and it also has its own little light that you can turn on. In fact, you know what? Let me do something. I'll do something even better for you guys. Right? Take a look at it. Here's the bag that was on the episode, right? Just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It has this little solar panel right here, right? And right in here, you can see this is where the little light would be. I haven't been outside or anything. I'm not sure it's going to turn on or anything. But then you have this little USB here that you can plug your stuff in. And look how spacious this bag is. Incredible, right? And if you haven't seen it, the link to the episodes down below. In the episode, there's info to how to, get your own, again, a lot of times people want to bring in backpacks from America, from Walmart. Why, right? I already showed you 2 backpacks. And by the way, this is, the first backpack I showed you, they were working with Isaac Rosier. And so that, so this comes from China, but all the rest of this is not only made in Haiti, but this material right here, this comes from recycled plastic, same nasty recycled plastic that be on the streets. They wash it, they clean it, and then they make it into a mold. And now you're removing plastic waste off the streets and giving kids electricity and a place to store their goods. So, if you haven't seen that episode yet, stop what you're doing after this stream's over. Go to YouTube Seejeanty, go check that video and share it on top of that. Go and share that video. That's someone else who also decided to bring back his talents back to South Beach, back to Haiti to do good stuff. So that's Mike Bell. If you haven't seen that episode, make sure to go watch it. Haiti Biz News website is a site that exists, brings all the relevant business topic news that's going on in the country into one site for you to review and check out. So even though we're not doing this show every day like we're used to, make sure to go check that show out, HaitiBizNews.com. If you like this episode, and I think it's going to be one of my favorite episodes, like I tell you, make sure you go and share this stream, share it on your personal Facebook, share it in a group, share it on your WhatsApp, just direct message, this dude Seejeanty is doing some cool stuff, man. Go check him out, share it, boom. Share this out, let's get the word out, let's get more engagement, let's get more folks here on our weekly shows. Again, we're doing these shows every week, every Sunday, 11 a.m. God allow it to happen. If there's a change, I'll definitely let you know in advance, but all else equal, we're always going to aim for 11 a.m. And before I go, let me take a quick look at some of the last, comments the folks are saying before I head out. Because remember, this is an engaging show and I read all comments on air. We got Bo. Hey, man, what's up, Bo? Someone I always expect to see in here. I don't ever see him in here. I'm glad to see you here, Bo. What's up, man? Absolute solidarity among Chinese, coordination, our Chinese greatest strength. I totally agree with you, Bo. Good to have you in here. Hope to see you again. Wap Mini, if you are in here, make sure to talk more. Don't be a silent creeper. Great interview by Wap Mini. Hopefully, folks spread the word of this guy's website information. Absolutely. Right. Manu Mansa Musa says, true. I know some Haitians are here in the States, turn their back on their own country. Alexis says, could Haiti look elsewhere for security? I think we should look with it. That's the short answer. We need to really, Haiti needs to do what it needs to within itself to secure itself. And more importantly, the diaspora needs to see what they can provide while we're still waiting and still trying to hold our government accountable, right? Our government, at the end of the day, our roads start and end with the Haitian government. So I don't ever want to tell you that, Haitian diaspora, we're able to do it alone. That's not the case. We're talking craziness. But at the same time, too, we just can't wait and do nothing, right? And so the long game, though, is to see what we can do to change the government so the government can finally take its responsibilities and work for its people and not for itself, right? Manu Matza says, tell people they speak French or are from France rather than say they speak Creole and are from Haiti. I don't quite understand that comment there. Marie L. Arthurs, a great show today. Thank you. First time I'm seeing your comment there, Madam Marie. Hope to see you again. And don't be a creeper. Do comment and let's chat next time you're on. Mike Bello, episode Seejeanty was a great episode. Thank you for watching it. Shana Mill, great show as always. Thank you. I certainly appreciate it. Great episode. Edwin Williams says great episode. Thank you so much. And listen, guys, this is where we're going to end it. I want to thank you all for a lot of you guys I saw from the very beginning when I started the stream almost 2 hours ago. Now it's at the end of 2 hours and you guys are still there. So thank you for those who watched from the beginning, those who popped in and out. Appreciate you too. And again, listen, guys, until we're back at it again, you know what it is. We're back at it again. Peace.